B1 family. Complying black essential worker was brutally beaten by 7 leaders of County Sheriff cops, 5 minutes from his home. Join us and subscribe today for more news. Christopher Bailey, a black essential worker, was brutally beaten by 7 LA County Sheriff cops after his shift, and approximately 5 minutes from reaching his home. Mr. Bailey, who works at a private company that sorts mail for the U.S. Postal Service, has filed a lawsuit against LA County Sheriff's Department, stemming from what legal experts described as a severe violation of his civil rights. Mr. Bailey recounts the night in May 2020, he was dragged out of his car during a traffic stop in Inglewood by 2 deputies and assaulted without warning. What ensued was an unprovoked beating by Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputies that left Mr. Bailey with serious eye damage and other extensive facial injuries. Other pertinent information that was uncovered from the attack that night appeared to identify the 2 officers that stopped Mr. Bailey, followed by 4 other deputies joining in the beating as Mr. Bailey laid on the ground. According to the lawsuit, several of his teeth were knocked out, and Mr. Bailey, 37, required multiple surgeries to repair fractures to his face, including his eye sockets and nose. In an interview, Bailey said the assault has forced him to take a leave from his job at a private company that sorts mail for the U.S. Postal Service, causing him to lose on potential wages earned. In a statement, according to the LA Times, the Sheriff's Department declined to answer questions about the alleged incident and internal investigations into the allegations. Perceived as adding insult to injury, the names of the officers involved in this attack have not been disclosed. Legal experts point to the continued unjust treatment of African Americans by the Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputies, led by County Sheriff Alex Villanueva, as reflective of the many complaints regarding the Sheriff's Department, which has been identified as being run by gangs. Is it safe to question the actions of any police department that has the FBI investigating them for gang-related activity? There are many news segments dedicated to exposing the rampant racism black people suffer at the hands of card-carrying and self-identifying gang members within Alex Villanueva's police department. Police accountability watch groups have long identified the actions Mr. Bailey suffered at the hands of the 6 LA County Sheriff's deputies as being in line with the initiation practices into at least 2 gangs within the LA County Sheriff's Department, the Executioners and the Bandidos. Nonetheless, there are many more gangs identified as causing havoc under the disguise of being public servants. In a statement, the Sheriff's Department declined to answer questions about the alleged incident and internal investigations into the allegations. Tony Jaramillo, another lawyer for Mr. Bailey, dismissed false and inconsistent allegations which she said is included in a Sheriff's Department report about the incident, where the officers claimed to have been struck by Mr. Bailey. Yet there were no signs or marks indicating this happening. Mr. Bailey complied with all directives, Jaramillo said. The lawsuit says Bailey never attempted to strike a deputy with any part of his body. A witness at the scene managed to capture part of the attack and can be heard at the scene saying he doesn't even look human upon seeing the extent to which they abused Mr. Bailey. An unprecedented and very strange turn of events, the District Attorney George Gaskin placed 1 felony and 2 misdemeanor charges on Mr. Bailey for the attack he suffered at the hands of card-carrying racists in the LA Police Department who were supposed to be there to protect him. Mr. Bailey pleaded no contest to the LA County District Attorney's Office's charges. Nonetheless, the felony charges, as well as one of the misdemeanors, were dropped last week. He was instead found guilty of the other misdemeanor charge and a vehicle code violation. Legal experts have pointed out that this is a common tactic used to demonize especially black victims of police brutality in the LA County District, as victims are in turn deterred from further pursuing legal action, in fear of the retaliation of the use of prior charges to their disadvantage. This in the past had predominantly worked well in Los Angeles due to its overwhelmingly black population. There have still been no tangible bills passed for black Americans. Where is the George Floyd bill? With the abolished qualified immunity black America has been asking and now fighting for. 400 years is up. Did you vote for Joe Biden? Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Also remember to turn your notifications on so you're alerted when we release new videos daily.